This episode of Nerdist News is sponsored by Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening game. What the Jurassic Park casting details mean for Jurassic World 3. The equation for the Jurassic Park/World series is pretty simple. Take 1 part man's hubris, add 1 part genetically modified dinosaurs, mix in a little bit of enclosed space, mash it all together, and you get the recipe for oodles of money. But despite the huge stacks of cash the latest installment in the series, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, pulled in, it did draw some ire from audiences after trailers teased out the return of fan favorite character Dr. Ian Malcolm, portrayed by Jeff Goldblum, and then did nothing with him. Honestly, to say that he was underutilized would be a gross understatement, as the chaos mathematician was basically relegated to a glorified cameo that bookended the plot of the film. And beyond the other concerns that plagued fans' critiques of the film, this specific issue definitely highlighted that there is a desire to see more of the Jurassic franchise returning characters beyond the T-Rex in the first Jurassic World.
Well, there it is. There it is.
Luckily, it seems that the filmmakers have listened. On Tuesday, Steven Spielberg's production company, Amblin, released a statement that was an answer to all of the fans' prayers. When the whole world's gone prehistoric, you call in the experts. Jurassic Park stars Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum are all set to reprise their legendary roles as Dr. Alan Grant, Dr. Ellie Sattler, and Dr. Ian Malcolm, respectively, in the 3rd chapter in Universal Pictures and Amblin Entertainment's Jurassic World saga. Not only are we getting more Goldblum, we are getting more Laura Dern and Sam Neill all together again.
They do move in herds.
And while this is great and everything, what does this statement mean for the franchise overall? One thing that Jurassic fans are wondering is how these new additions will interact with returning Jurassic World characters like Chris Pratt's Owen Grady and Bryce Dallas Howard's Claire Dearing. What's interesting about Amblin's statement is that it refers to the upcoming Jurassic World film as the 3rd chapter and not the final part of a trilogy. And while people have made the assumption that Jurassic World would be a trilogy, since that is the pattern started by the Jurassic Park films, it's never been outright said. This seems to imply that the Jurassic World story will continue on to films like Jurassic World 4 and so on, plus the return of some favorite cast members like Dern and Neill also seems to imply that the filmmakers are planting the seeds for further chapters. Considering how much these films are still making at the box office, plus all of the merchandising, there is no chance these films are going away anytime soon. In fact, just last week, Jurassic World and Universal released Battle at Big Rock, a short film that takes place in the Jurassic Park Jurassic World universe. And during the credits of this short, we see home movies of normal people dealing with dinosaurs in the post-Fallen Kingdom world. It's a safe bet to think that in addition to Dr. Malcolm, Dr. Sattler and Dr. Grant's expertise is going to be called upon to help people in this neo-Jurassic age in Jurassic World 3. Another direction the franchise might be going is beyond films and spreading out into other forms of media, i.e. comics, TV shows, narrative podcasts. Since dinos are now a worldwide problem, there are a ton of stories that could be told in this universe. The positive reaction to that short film is basically a proof of concept that audiences are ready to embrace the Jurassic universe outside of the big screen. Either way, we're excited to see Grant, Sattler, and Malcolm return to theaters in Jurassic World 3 in June of 2021. But what do you folks think? Are you excited to see Jurassic Park heroes return in Jurassic World 3? Would you watch a Jurassic World TV show? And what is your favorite dinosaur, and why has nobody asked you that since you were a kid? Let's discuss. Thanks again to Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening game for sponsoring today's episode. Prepare to embark on an exciting adventure after Link has been washed ashore on the reimagined Koholint Island. To find his way home, Link must use all of his skills and weapons as he fights his way past moblins, Octoroks, and even Goombas. Relive the classic story on the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite systems. Available now.